Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back. Today is Sunday, March the 29th. How are you doing today? Y'all give me a second. I'm going to try to pull up this video so that hopefully, if everything's working well today, I can keep up a little bit with the live chat. Hello, everybody. So great that you're going to spend some time with me this Sunday. I want to start off by saying, today we are fighting against loneliness, anxiety, depression, missing our loved ones, going stir crazy, stuck in our house. And maybe you are stuck on a project and you need a little inspiration just to get over that hurdle. Today we're going to be fighting against UFOs. We're going to get some projects done, right? We're going to fight against all of those things. In Jesus' name, amen. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hi, Don. Today we're making the Cotton Boll block. Y'all can see I put the right name for this block on the screen. I'm calling it the Cotton Boll block. We all know that we've talked about this in other lives. Many of the traditional quilt blocks are known by several different names. I've taken it upon myself to call it the Cotton Boll block. I've just taken that liberty. Hi, Jeannie. Hello. Hi. Good morning, Diane. So that's what we're doing today. You'll see the block up here on the screen. That's the block we're making. It's going to finish at 6.5 by 6.5. I want to let y'all know that if you use a scant 1/4 inch on this block, you'll be closer to 6.5 by 6.5. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. And this is the block we're doing today. If you have to leave, make sure to come back on the replay because at the end of today's video, I'm going to show you the block we're doing tomorrow. It has more pieces than this. Still very easy sewing, but it has more pieces and it's going to be a bigger block. Hello, everybody. I'm enjoying these lives too. Hello, everybody. So let me show you a little something. I have a little treat. Up on the screen, I did a little mock-up quilt of what this block would look like. If you just made this block and repeated it, this is what the quilt top would resemble. Of course, substitute the fabrics that you're using. Good morning, everybody. Isn't that pretty? I really like that a lot. You can modify this block. Today we're making it 6 inches, but it's a simple 4 patch, and you would just take this concept and make bigger pieces and put together a bigger snowball block, and a quilt that way would go by much faster, right? You wouldn't have as many repeats if you make this block bigger, but it would still look really pretty. So on the screen you see that. Ooh, I have an update yesterday in the mail. I got my replacement power cord for my Singer Brother patchwork machine. So I just took home the power cord from my brother's Scan and Cut. That's all hooked up and back ready for use again. Yes, I really like this quilt. Sandra, I'm a steam person. We're all different, right? Some people do not ever put water in their iron. I'm using a Black & Decker from Walmart. This iron is going on 2.5 years old. It stays plugged in and on during my normal business hours, which is Monday through Friday. Usually an 8-hour workday, it stays on. Of course, it shuts down and goes to sleep when I'm not using it, but I put water in my iron, and I like steam, but we're all different. I know, Teresa, that's what I said in my Facebook Live. Now that I'm hooking the new replacement cord up, I'm willing to bet that I come across the safe place I tucked my original cord in when we moved today. I bet you that happens. Yes, good morning. It's so great to see everybody. It's so great. So that's what we're doing today. And in this time, I want you to know that you are free to have conversations while we're chatting. It does not have to stay on topic to this block. This is our social hour, and in this hour, we are fighting against loneliness and anxiety and depression. We're getting rid of all those things. And for those of you who are missing your loved ones and your friends and that connection, I'm hoping that this helps in your day. For those of you who are going stir crazy, stuck at home, I'm hoping this helps. For those of you stuck on a project, I'm hoping this during this time, it might be something that just inspires you to overcome that little hurdle. Good morning, everyone. So at the end of today's video, I will be showing you the block for tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let me bring you down because if you watched yesterday's video, you've already written down and have those pieces ready for today. Let me show you. Dun, dun, dun. Let me show you my work table here. So I had never made the cotton ball block before. So I went ahead yesterday and did that. It looks like some intricate piecing, right? But we're snowballing again today. So these are your snowballs, your little triangles. And it's really simple. It's a 4-patch. So I'm thinking today's video will go by pretty quickly. And so these are this is the block I made yesterday with my mom's fabric that she gave me. And these are the fabrics that we're going to use in today's video to make a second snowball with you. Yes. So I do have 3 questions lined up for today, and really they're going to be fun. They're meant to be fun. I'm thinking today's questions will really help us get to know each other's personalities really well. Again, we're all different, right? I think it's interesting. I had a lot of fun last night going through and reading all of the questions and the answers and stuff like that from yesterday's live. So just to let you know, if I miss a question, feel free to repeat it. Feel free to answer the questions. I'm hoping I don't miss your question if you have one. But most of the chat, I will be coming back this evening to read, okay? If you have a question, put it all in caps. That might be easier for me to catch it. But just know that if I miss your question, it is not intentional. The comments go by so fast, it's hard for me to keep up with all of it. But our first question today, and it's really hard for me to buckle down only 5. But let's keep this one to 5. List 5 of your all-time favorite songs. And we're going to start with that as I start to prep up these pieces. 5 of mine are Waymaker, Ain't No Grave, Surrounded. I really love the song The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. Crazy on You by Heart, and Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics. There's my favorite. It's really hard though. I could make a list of 50 songs that I really love. But those are like some of the top 5. Jeannie, my Black & Decker, it's the purple one. It doesn't have a model number on it. But if you go to Walmart and you search for the box that's Black & Decker with the purple iron, it's got the extra long cord. That's the one that I have. It's not fancy. It's like in the $30 range maybe. We're going on 2.5 years with this one. I had the same exact iron before this one, and that lasted about 2.5 years. And I do put water in mine. 5 top favorite songs. So while you're typing that out, let's go ahead and start prepping today's pieces, okay? For today, we have, let's see, 4 3.5 by 3.5 inch blocks. I say darker. You could reverse your fabrics if you wanted to do light 3.5 by 3.5 and dark 2 inch by 2 inches, you could do that. So the larger blocks are 3.5 by 3.5. We've got 4 of them. And then the 2-inch blocks, we have 8 of them. So go ahead and get your pieces ready. And what we're going to do with these pieces, just like we did yesterday, is we're going to draw a line from corner to corner on each one. Make sure that you use something that'll wash out of your fabrics or a heat erasing pen. I'm using a marker so that it shows up in the video. We're just drawing a straight line, one line, from corner to corner on each one of these 8 pieces. And I'm going to line those up and get that done. White Wedding, that's a good song. David Bowie, is that David Bowie? So yes, I could probably name, or I know, I won't say probably, I could name 50 songs that I could put in a playlist and just put on repeat over and over again. So just going through and marking each one of these. And just letting you know, I see the comments coming through. I'm trying to focus on this. This evening I will come through and read everything, each one of your comments. Yes, I go back and read them because that's what I love to do. All right, I'm on my last one. All right, so we have our line from corner to corner on each one of these 2-inch by 2-inch pieces. So each one of your 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares gets 2 2-inch pieces, right? Let's go ahead and divvy those up. It doesn't matter which corner you put them in because as long as they're diagonal, you can rotate the square, so it doesn't matter which corner you put them in. However, it does matter which direction you have your diagonal going. Okay, so we want our diagonal line going from side to side, not lined up in the corner like this. Okay, so make sure that when you place your little square right along that raw edge, it's forming a triangle right in that corner. So each one gets 2, and I'm going to go ahead and sew these 2, and then I'll be doing some chain piecing with these to keep the video moving a little bit. I've thought about, pardon me, I've thought about rearranging my work area while we're doing this series. We'll see how this afternoon goes. I really wish that you could see my sewing machine at the same time, but the way I have it set up now, I've moved the camera and moved it, and it just can't pick up everything. You're sewing directly on that line that you drew from corner to corner, okay? You'll do the first one. So there's our first one right on the line. You'll bring it back and you'll sew the second one. It'll go by really quick if you're chain piecing. So I'm going to chain piece these others and we'll get ready for question number 2 for today. Yes, I got my replacement power cord yesterday. That was awesome. Once you're done with both blocks, you'll look just like this. Go ahead and chain piece or sew on your snowballs for the other 3 pieces. So for I cannot wait to go back and read all your favorite songs. I'm excited about that. Our second question, and we're gonna say 4. Name 4 of your favorite movies, all time. Movies that you could watch 100 times and never get bored with them. Okay, mine, The English Patient, The Notebook, Somewhere in Time, and Rocky. But I had to put Rocky 1, 2, and 3. Group those together as one. Top 4 favorite movies that you could watch 1,000,000 times and never get bored with it. So now I'm just going to chain piece these, and hopefully that'll go by quicker. Lining up the raw edges and sewing right on the line. The English Patient, that is one of my all-time favorite movies. The Notebook, I cry like a baby. I don't care if I've seen that movie 20 times. It's just like the first time for me. I cry every time. I can't help myself. All right, so I chain pieced these 3. I'm just going to separate them and go back and attach these other 3 snowballs right in that opposite corner. Just like this, trying to line up those raw edges. Oh, A Knight's Tale. I like that movie too. All right, don't mess up, Lisa. Focus, focus. Oh, I want to read your favorite movies so bad. I have to focus. All right, and we're doing the last one. Okay, here are our 4 blocks with the snowballs added to the corners. Let me separate them. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to trim off the corners, leaving ourselves a 1/4 inch seam allowance, just like we did yesterday. Right? That was easy. We're going to line up the line that we drew and sewn right over top of it. We're going to line that up with the 1/4 inch mark on our ruler and just trim away this corner right there. We're going to do that for each one of our pieces. I think I could probably add like 7 more movies to my favorite movies list. But if I had to only pick 4, those would be my top 4. Rocky Balboa, he was only the greatest boxer there ever was. I remember seeing Rocky for the first time with my dad and my brother, and then we walked out of the movie theater thinking we were professional boxers, and we boxed each other for about a week. I remember that just like it was yesterday. Please know that I cannot keep up with the comments so much, but I hope that y'all are able to have conversations with each other while we're making this block together. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this, right? So it really only just takes a second to trim away all of the extra corner bits, leaving ourselves a 1/4 inch seam allowance right on those snowballs. So each one of our 4 blocks now look just like this. And what I'm going to do off camera for a second is just set those seams and then press them open just like that. Aren't these blue fabrics pretty? Oh, I have to wake up my iron for a second because it was sleeping. Let's give that a second to warm up. Drive-in theaters. I heard they're making a comeback with this whole social distancing. I saw on the news that drive-in theaters are making a comeback. I love that. We don't have any in my area anymore. When I was growing up, we had like 4 drive-ins within driving distance to my house. Now we do not have any. Oh, Shawshank Redemption. I could watch that over and over again too. All right, so I'm going to press my seams. That's just going to take a second because I'm a slow presser. Almost done, almost done. There we go. We're coming back for the big reveal of our snowballs. And even though I'm using steam, my little snowballs don't want to lay flat. So here we are. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to make a 4 patch, right? And really the darker fabric should make like a little X running right through the 4 patch. Stay down, just like that. Nope. So it should make an X just like this. Isn't that pretty? So you know what? It is super duper simple from here. We're sewing these 2 blocks together right here with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and we're sewing these 2 blocks right here with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now you might want to use a scant 1/4 inch to get a more accurate 6.5 by 6.5 inch block. So I'm going to take this over and sew that. Our third question, our last question for today, is name 3 series or shows on TV that you like to watch. My top 3 would be The Office. It's my favorite. Game of Thrones and Outlander. Who's a fan of Outlander? The Office, Game of Thrones, and Outlander. I'm hoping that I'm not frozen because someone said what happened to me. No, it looks like we're still going. Okay, yep, top 3 shows that you like to watch. I'm going to sew these 2 pieces together. And we're going to take the second set of 2. Don't know what I did. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just bring these right over to the iron and press them, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Here's my first one. And here's my second. So you'll see I missed my point just a little tiny bit. That's okay. So there's our block. And guess what? We only have one more seam to finish this block up. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to flip the bottom set right onto the top set, just like this. And then we're going to sew this seam right here. I'm going to go do that real quick. I'm going to press that seam really quick. This is what we look like. I'm going to go press this seam, and then this block is done. I really like this snowball block. Look how pretty that is. Let me show you the back because someone's asking about the seams. I did not nest my snowballs. I pressed those seams open. So when you're pressing your individual pieces, I pressed my seams towards the lighter side just like that, just to press those open. But I did nest my 2 rows, okay? So one seam allowance, this one here that joined these 2 blocks is going that way. And then the seam allowance that joins these 2 blocks, I pressed to the right. That allowed me to nest this seam right in the middle, right there. So you'll see my little points are off here and here. Here and here, they got pretty close. Aw, y'all are so welcome. You're so welcome. Let me pull over my practice block that I did yesterday, so you can see 2 different colorways with this block. This block is super duper simple. I think it goes together pretty quick, right? Pretty quick. I'm not leaving yet, Miss Vicki. What I am going to do, I'm going to leave this on the screen for just a minute, and then I'm going to show you, in case you missed it at the very beginning, I'm going to show you what this block would look like repeated as a quilt. And then I'm going to show you the block and the pieces for tomorrow. Oh, Anne of Green Gables, I forgot about that one. I love the original one. Oh, I could watch that and watch that too. Oh, I forgot about that one. Is it press to the dark okay, or is there a reason to press it open? I just press mine open, Joan. I think that if you press it to the dark, you'd be fine too. Don't take me 100% on that because I haven't tried it, but I don't see why you couldn't. Especially if you're using a white for your little snowballs, right? You don't want that showing up through the white fabric. So I don't see why you could not press to the dark your little snowballs. So yes, there's these two blocks. I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen. I'm going to show you, in case you missed it, what this block would look like repeated. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I cannot wait to go through and read everyone's favorite movies and songs and shows. I am going to go through and see if I'm missing any questions. Oh, I cannot read. Tonight I'm going to have so much fun reading through everything. That's going to be fun. I don't think I've missed any questions, but if you have a question, we're going to stay on for a few more minutes. So feel free to ask your question. It might be easy to see if you put it in all caps. So that's what this quilt would look like repeated. I really like that a lot. And they're pretty simple too, right? So I think you could knock out a lot of blocks in one sewing session. Yes. So let me also, before we're finished today, I want to give you a good amount of time to write down the stuff you need for tomorrow. Now, the other day we did a block called Churn Dash. Churn Dash. That was a 12-inch block. Well, there's another block called Churn Dasher. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. I've pulled that up on the screen. This is going to be a 10-inch block. Now, I know many of you have just started sewing and making quilts, and you're extremely new. So when you see this block, you might be like, whoa, that looks really hard. It's not. It does have more pieces than the block we did today. I've put the pieces up on the screen. You can write them down and get those cut out. It has more pieces. But in tomorrow's video, I'm going to break it down into units. We're going to make units, and you'll see that this block, even though it might take a little bit longer, is really not that complicated at all. We'll be making some half square triangles in this block, and we'll put together smaller units, and those units will come together to make a block. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, the Churn Dasher block. I think that'll be beautiful, repeated. You could also do that scrappy. Like if you had scrappy reds and scrappy neutrals, oh, that would be gorgeous. You could do a whole red and white quilt, a whole blue and white quilt, or one block could be all red and white, one block could be all yellow and white or yellow and blue. Libby, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, you could do that whole block scrappy. That would be gorgeous. I'll show you an example tomorrow of what the Churn Dasher block will look like repeated as a quilt all by itself. Libby, thank you so much. Vicky, that might be called Sister's Choice also. You know, many of these traditional quilt blocks are known by other names. So that's very well possible. Yes, Joan, you are absolutely right. There is some bulk. if if you're not nesting these seams, especially, my machine, my Singer patchwork did not like sewing over. Uh, Let me show you real quick while I'm talking about it. My Singer patchwork did not really care for sewing over the bulk of these seams coming together. This seam, it went through perfectly fine where I nested these two seams. But right here, my machine did not really care for sewing over the thickness of that seam. If you press your seams open, it would be much flatter too. I'm just someone who presses to the side, and it's ingrained in me to press to the side. I'm a slow presser, even pressing to the side. So if I'm taking the time to open my seams, it takes me even longer. But I do think it would be flatter and easier to sew through if you opened up and pressed your seams open too. So yes, the churn dasher, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow's live should be much longer because even though it's not a difficult block to put together, it's going to take a few minutes. Thank you all so much. I can't see all the comments because they go through so fast, but the one I can catch a few of them. Y'all are so welcome. Just like I said in the very beginning of this video, today we are fighting against, we are banishing loneliness today, and anxiety and depression, the feeling of our hearts hurting because we can't see our family and our friends. We're getting rid of that for at least a little while today. The feeling of being stir crazy, stuck in our houses for this long. This is day 6. Actually, many of us have been in our houses much longer than that. We've only been doing this series for 6 days. I was in my house for quite a few days before this idea came to me. We're fighting against going stir crazy, and I'm hoping that just having the conversation and sewing something with you today has been enough to get you past a hurdle on a project that you have going on. Vicki, I was saying in my Facebook Live before we go for today, I'm going to leave this up on the screen for just a few more minutes so that you can write down the stuff for tomorrow. But I was saying, I went on Facebook about an hour ago before I came over here on the YouTube, and I was saying that to keep these lives fun for me and not feel like work, I'm trying really hard not to set a time. The time will vary, and I go on Facebook Live first before I come over here. So that's a little bit of a heads up. If you're on Facebook and you follow me over there, I go there first. So that'll give you a heads up that I'm coming over here. I was saying earlier that if I were to give myself a regimented time to go live, to me, my personality, and we're all different, my personality, I would feel like that's a lot of pressure and it would feel like work. And I really want this to be like, I'm just popping in at your house and we're going to sew together a block and spend some time together. And every day for the last 6 days, I've woken up so excited to come and spend some time with you, and I don't want to lose that excitement. And so that's the main reason why I'm not saying every day we're going to be live on YouTube at 1 o'clock. Because to me, I think that regiment, that structure would take away a lot of the fun and excitement for me. And I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that. I don't know how long we're doing this for. So if I lose the fun of it, Then it's just like, I don't want to lose that. Yes, so the Churn Dasher block for tomorrow. Many of you have been sending and posting pictures of your blocks as you're making them. It's so amazing how we can make the same block and we're all using different fabric, and just the beauty of the uniqueness of the same block done in different colors and different fabrics. It's that's always been amazing to me. Would you like something to drink? I have some water. Are you talking about something stronger? Connie. Hello, everybody. Y'all, I just want you to know that I really enjoy this time with you. And like I just said, I wake up excited for this. You know how some days, even when you love what you do, you might really love your job. You might really love your retirement day. Even with that said, sometimes we wake up and we're just like, oh, you know. And it takes a little bit of motivation to get us going. The last 6 days, as soon as I open my eyes, they're wide open. And I'm like, yes, let me go get stuff set up. We're doing this today. I'm going to hang out with all my friends. Yes, water is good for me. I had 2 cups of coffee. I don't know if you can tell or not. 2 cups of coffee. I've switched over to water for the afternoon. And just for those who know or are on Facebook, I'll be doing a Zoom in about 20 minutes on the Creative Crew group. So there's your heads up for that. I'm not going to sing the Mr. Rogers song. I'm sorry. And I am a people pleaser. And I go out of my way sometimes to do things to make other people happy. But I have to draw the line somewhere. And I think that would be with me singing. Sometimes I sing while I'm talking, though, like, I've got to sew these seams together. I do that a lot. So yes, this evening I'll be going through the live chat and reading all of the answers to your questions. I cannot wait to do that. That's something else that I've had to look forward to during this season that we find ourselves in. I like going back and reading all the comments because I miss so much. Just letting you know, if I've missed your question in today's live or yesterday's live, I did not mean to. That is never in my heart or intention is to ignore anybody. The comments just go by so fast. So here we are. Here's my 2 cotton balls. We sewed this one together. I can't wait to start seeing yours. Tomorrow we're doing the Churn Dasher block. And so, yes, I'm really excited for tomorrow too. I hope you all have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. We're on day 6, y'all. Day 6. We can do this. We can do this together. I hope you have a blessed day. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. And until I do, let's see, where are all these buttons at? Here we go. Oh, here we go. There we go. I have to find all the buttons. Until I see you tomorrow. Have fun with this block. Have fun with your UFOs. If it's sunny, go sit outside for a little while today. Eat something yummy for me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody.